Hello, all you hardcores out there, how you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dared say. We're just waiting for Andy. Women love him, men want to be him. How you doing, Andy?
Part two.
Yeah. Andy, who do you rate at the moment in country as the best trainer? And you don't have to be the person who's got like the most belts and had the most world titles, the most British and all that. I'm on about actual trainer, and I mean trainers who've actually done something with kids and turned the careers around.
I like Shane McGowan. I'm sure I've said that before. Shane McGuigan.
He's like because he talks a good game in his
Aye.
interviews, or he seems pretty calm in the ring for a young
Yeah.
for a young man because he's obviously a bit wet behind the ears, isn't he, for a trainer? He's a bit young, isn't
Aye. He's quite young, but he seems to have an old head on young shoulders, doesn't he?
he? Yeah,
He comes across as always seems to have a balanced view on things. He comes across as polite, and it's all about the fighter. It's not about him.
yeah.
I don't see him jumping about
Does
trying
come
to.
across all right, like, doesn't he?
Aye. Yeah, I like him.
But you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, do you? But he's had fighters leave him, hasn't he? And go him and leave him, and it's a roller coaster, isn't it? Till you get
Yeah.
established, isn't it? Who else? Who else do you rate?
I like Peter Fury as well. I think he comes across as honest, and straight talking and no nonsense. So I like that as well.
I
And
can
he
assure
doesn't make it about
straight
him either,
talk.
does he?
I can assure you,
So,
he's straight talking. Yeah,
yeah, and he doesn't make it all about him either. It's all about his fighters, isn't it? So that's the kind of person I like, as a trainer.
yeah. I remember once somebody going up to Peter and telling him, going on about, yeah, last night we did this, we drunk all this, and we sniffed all this gear, and we had these brass. And Peter says, you know what? You've got a wife at home. He says, you know what? That you're everything I fucking don't like about society. I thought, oh God, I was just about to get ready to tell a few of my episodes. I thought I'll keep my gob shut.
This is where that boy beat you to it with the story.
That was a close one. No, I didn't say out then. Oh, funny as all that. I laugh a minute, honestly. Being in the gym every day. Oh, laugh a minute, mate. Me and Frank just stood laughing, looking at each other. Honestly. There's
Ah.
banter, there's boxing banter, isn't there? But oh my God.
You've got to have a laugh. That makes life brighter. You can't. There's too many folk going about. No wonder the way we've talked about the last time, the way the country is. No wonder folk are down. But laughter's the best medicine in my book. Anyway.
I remember being in there one day and Tyson Fury was there and he'd rung Joshua up. Told him he were going to come to Watford and punch holes in him in a bare knuckle. I think Tyson will lose it plot then. That was about 2 years after he were well gone then. But
Aye.
honestly, laugh a minute, innit? You couldn't make it up, could you? And we've just got old Pop Pop Bang there in Saudi. Well, when I seen it, people sending me video. I thought old Pop Pop Bang must have stuck it on him. I was pressing it. I kept pressing it on my phone. At first, it won't come up. And then you have to press that bit at bottom not now. And anyway, then all of a sudden, he looked like he was some fanboy, didn't it? He was like, he was like a little puppy dog, wasn't he?
There
Like
was not.
media used to be around Muhammad Ali in the 70s and 80s, and they still were leading up to his death. He reminded me of that, like a puppy dog panting in front of Joshua. That's
There
what it
was
looked
none of
like grovelling.
how was he no shouting, "Give us the belts back that you stole, you bum."
Yeah, why were they getting all? Where were that energy? Where what? I didn't see that energy when Big Dyan White with him. I want energy to knock him down. He's as big as Tower Inferno, isn't he? They ended up hugging and kissing. What is all that about?
They did a wee bit of shadow boxing and had a big hug, didn't they? That was it.
I don't get that, me. I don't get it.
Handbags at high noon.
Imagine behaving like that in prison. Because if you behaved like that out here, you would in jail. If you behave like that out here, you'd do the same thing, Nick. I'm telling you now. Alternative in there is get stuck in and then you take your lumps, you go down block, don't you? You know what I mean? That word spread's done it through Nick, that you didn't bottle it. But it looked to me like you were asking Joshua for a job. Did you see? I thought Joshua were going to say, "Hey, do you want to carry that bag for me?" Joshua's bag carrier. Big John Fury, big fighting man.
I'll hold your spit bucket for you.
24-hour ready. 24-hour.
We'll be holding the spit bucket for him.
And we'll be seeing you will be getting coats off. Oh, what a load of waffle.
I love you, my band.
Sport. How's it going to sport, Andy? Hey, what is going on here?
It's like a
We've
soap
got
opera.
an escaped lunatic running riot in the boxing media, shaking the foundations to the cause. I'm probably going home and pouring a Guinness and howling about it all. He's probably sat with that Tommy Fury at home now. Tommy Fury will be there with his hair gel. You know what I mean? Yeah, with his hair gel, won't he? Looking in the mirror, and they'll be howling at the next episode. Don't need to do any documentaries about them. Just put it on Insta.
We get to be a fly in the wall, eh? Funny.
They can't really tell us out now. They've told us that much waffle. They're going to have to keep writing new scripts. It's going to end up like, Dynasty. You know what happened at Dynasty at end? They came down, didn't they, in a spaceship, didn't they? And at Dynasty. There's Dallas, Dynasty, Knots Landing. Like soap operas.
I used to watch Dallas.
Yeah, well, the other one were like Dynasty. They copied Dallas, but it weren't as good, were it? But point I want to make is that at the end of Dynasty, they took them away, didn't they, in a spaceship or something like that. Forget something similar to that. And listen, mate, it's utter.
I tell you what might. I tell you what might happen with this. Kind of like Bobby Ewan, Big John's going to come out the shower and say
Big John coming out of the shower. It was all a dream.
And the guard's holding a towel for him. The guard's there holding his towel for him. Hello, John.
I wonder what Mickey Theo and Big Joe Egan and all them people who've been messed about by Big John and all these promises about showing us how hard he is and that. We're still waiting to see him do his 140 key bench press cold and his 200 kilo Corey deadlift, aren't we? We haven't seen his Corey deadlift, have we? We've seen them on Euro Trash, but John wasn't on that.
Yeah, he'll come out the shower and say it's all just a bad dream.
How's it got to this? We've got a man here who drives around in the car running on chip fat oil from a Chinese in Withershore. Right, going around. He's invented this massive story, right? That he's this like killer, but he's like Robin Hood. He takes off the rich to get to the poor. He takes off the rich and the poor to get to himself.
Funded by rich and poor.
The man's amazing. He deserves a Congressional Medal of Honor. He deserves it. Andy, he does, doesn't he? Where did he dig him up from him?
They need me a serial about me. The life.
We've got a man here, right? That's an 8-4-1 boxer That could have been a runner bean if he'd trained harder. That's its story. That's everybody's story who's a failed boxer, especially in 8-4-1. So that's been no good. But you throw in that bare knuckle stuff, they keep throwing that in for a couple of years, then it becomes on his profile, bare knuckle champion, doesn't it? Then it becomes bare knuckle champion, 100-0 on hard road. And then it becomes bare knuckle champion, 100-0 on hard road, and beat the 1992 Irish champion for 100 grand, which we've narrowed it down to, is it Aney McGinley, Dan Rooney,
Big Joe Joyce,
Big Joe Joyce, and the Quinn, is it?
John
McDonald.
Quinn
Quinn
McDonald.
McDonald, whatever. The bald-headed guy, isn't he?
He wouldn't beat him, I don't think. He's some fighter. Eh?
It's one of them, or what main guy? I don't know, because I'm not as steep in that as I am boxing. I know they're all fighting men, because I've seen them on YouTube. And they are proper fighting men, all them, aren't they?
Oh,
right. So he must have been one of them he did, because nobody else, when we've done these videos, has said, oh, what main man at the time? And everybody comes back to these four guys. And I know, because I've heard back, that John not fought any of them. So, this 92 champion, what is Swedish and not Irish? I don't know. We're Polish. What are Kurdish?
It's got
Over here, Kurdish. Come on.
Kurdish, turn up. Turn up.
Turn up. I tear you apart. You know what I mean? Mickey Theo silenced him for 18 months, right? My inbox were chocker every day. People were saying you've done like something really good for all of UK, especially you silenced Big JF. And then I let him off at hook, didn't I? Have I got to go through all this again with these billboards to pipe him down again?
He's been resurrected. He's like Lazarus.
We should put him up there, shouldn't we? Him and Big Joe Egan on a billboard, shouldn't we, really? Force John into fighting, shame him into it. Because he won't fight Mick, and he don't look like he wants to fight Big Joe, does it?
Big Joe the Buddha. He's like a big Buddha, isn't he?
Big Joe's put himself about for a month now to no avail. Well, try it for 18 months, lad. Try it for 18 months and take the abuse hard to attack. People telling me I couldn't go to Manchester unless I found ahead. I goes, you what? I got straight on that phone. I goes, I want 2 billboards in Deansgate, and next month we want 2 near Man City ground. And that's just for starters. It's about creating memories, isn't it, Andy? Life.
That's what life's all about, isn't it?
You know what I did it for? I did it really for the sheer coughness of it all. That's why I did it, for the sheer go on, have a go.
Devilment.
You know what? If you pinch your few quid a long way, it's a laugh. And if you don't, it's a laugh anyway. And it was just one big owl. I was howling all the way through it, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good crack, eh?
Sadly, it didn't happen, because after it was agreed, the 28th of May for that year, they had all flyers put up. And then they got into camp, and then within a week, it all folded. Big John moved the goalpost. But what can you do? Getting on to that question about the trainers, you spoke about Peter Fury, who you rate, Shane McGuigan. Who else do you rate?
Who else is there? I like what's his name? I should know his name. Scottish guy, Martin McCauley's trainer. Billy Nelson.
Little Billy.
Little Billy, yeah. I like him.
Every fighter he's ever had's going to be pound for pound. So eventually he's going to get one right, innit? You could say he did well with Ricky Burns, didn't he?
He always backs his fighter, eh? He always
backs his fighter. I like him, and he's passionate. He's passionate. He's likeable.
And he's personable, eh? Yeah, he's a personable guy, isn't
he? Yeah. So Billy Nelson, you rate him. What about any more from UK?
Any more for UK? Mark Tibbs, quite like Mark Tibbs as well. He's come across well when you've interviewed him as well. Eh?
Well, he got Dyan White 11 wins on trot and no losses. He left and then got iced.
Yep.
Bombay Dave in corner. Isn't that right, Bombay Dave? Pop, pop, bang. I know you're listening. The little rat.
What was I going to say? Maybe see Bacoli in with Dyan White then. If Dyan White's if he comes back, Bacoli will wipe the floor with him.
Dyan White coming back, right? He's been out God knows how long. I bet it's getting on for a 2 stretch, right? Last time I seen him, fat as a pig, Michelin man. Fat as a pig, mate. Blown up like a balloon, bust a blood vessel with a bit of fluff on his head for an haircut.
Is that when he was running away from Martin Bacoli? Bacoli was shouting at him, and he ran up the stairs when he come down again.
If Martin Bacoli were after me, I'd run. Have you seen him?
He's a big lump, isn't he?
It's not that, mate. You run because you can't understand the word he's going on about. Go away from me. I can't understand the word you're coming out. Can anybody understand him? How can him and Little Billy get on?
I don't know.
Nobody can understand Little Billy, can they? Right? And definitely the only person who will understand Martin McCauley is where he comes from. Isn't it? Can you understand him?
I laughed at Dyan White saying nobody could understand him because Dyan White's no the clearest speaker either himself, is he?
He's crackers him, you know, McCauley. He went to that dude, didn't he, in a kilt, right? Now, is it true, you know, a Scotsman wear kilt, they don't wear undercracks?
That's right, aye. It's traditional, true Scotsman doesn't
So
wear anything under
McCauley's walking around with no skiddies on. Scotland in a kilt. Oh,
just enjoying the breeze.
Oh, plop, plop, bang.
If he wins a world title, that'll be the first Scottish heavyweight to win one, adopted Scottish heavyweight.
But listen, mate. Listen. Hey, listen. When Martin, not Martin Murray, what's he called? Him with jug ears from up your way, tennis man.
Oh, Andy Murray.
When Andy Murray won it, we all said he was British, didn't we?
That's it.
When he got beat a year later, we said he was a jock.
That he was Scottish. That's it. That's what happens to everybody. All successful Scottish sportsmen.
When Kenny Dalglish were going for is it Ballon d'Or, you know, big football award. That year he went for it. I forgot who won it. The game silver, didn't they, Dalglish and that. We said, oh, he's a Scotsman, but if he'd have won it, he'd have been a British guy. Dalglish could play though, couldn't he?
Nah, he's a good player, huh?
Right player. Do you rate Ben Davidson?
I think he's getting better. I think he's getting better slowly. Time will tell. We'll see how Big Meech gets on next week.
Well, I was just about to say, do you know if Big Meech ends up visiting Button Moon, you know, with them 100 people that Big John Fury, big fighter, put up there via orbit. Big Meech to visit them 100 that John's have got up there on remand. Do you think that Ben Davidson will crawl away or front it out and say, Ngannou's a monster, look where he dropped Fury and he even dropped Fury? You think that'll be the get out of jail thing?
That'll be the narrative. He'll front it out, I think. Big Meech seems in a better place with him, just emotionally, I think. Yeah, it comes across
they said that about every trainer he's had, haven't they? Every trainer he's had. He's stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet, and they get on. All that. It's knackers. It
never lasted anyway.
Everybody buying tickets and like Mecca, everything's hunky dory. The geezer's obviously, you know, he looks like he wants to run up a tree, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's in bits. He doesn't know where to turn, does he? He just looks like he just wants to disappear to me. He always looks like he don't want to be there. On his way to ring, he reminds me of Bruno. He just looks like he don't want to be involved. That's what I think. That's what I think. But the paychecks make him do it, so he might just be doing enough to turn up. You know,
that's it.
And if I get beat, well, I've got this to fall back on, and at least he dropped Fury. He'll have it all ready in his head if he gets dropped. If he beats him, he'll have his other story ready that's going to say, Fury didn't stop him, and I've stopped him. Let's
Yeah.
have Fury on, and then we'll all get behind Fury Joshua yet again.
And it'll
And
still not
on
happen.
and on and on it goes and goes and goes. And then that'll mess up the Usyk Fury rematch. Then we go again on that. And then the
Yeah.
wheel out Simon Jordan, the guard, Big Mal, Samuel Jones, Bricktop. You know what I mean? Coogan, all again, all round and round and round. The merry-go-round, isn't it? That's what this is, Edward.
Maybe Eddie Hills is not. Maybe Big Meech wants to retire, but Eddie Hills just keeps offering him more money. Yeah, well, I hope
Am
this
I
money.
right with that, Andy? Or am I just talking nonsense?
No, I think you're on the right track.
You'll be getting called a liquor for agreeing with me.
No, if I didn't agree with you, I'll tell you. I don't agree on everything.
Hey, listen, Julian called it though, didn't he? Let's have it right. He called it with Crusher, didn't he, with mental health?
Oh, aye. Spot on.
Wait, when you wait up now, I've got all these documents here. Documents. I'm talking like I'm a lawyer. Got all these documents. What am I going? What's happening here to me?
Got the files there.
Got all this paperwork here on Crusher. It's 8 times now, 8 different scenarios. You know, with Board and WBC, VADA, and all these other people getting involved, that doctor and everybody else putting the tuppence in because they all want to stay relevant and in the mix and in the circle. So they all have to side with people. It's like building armies. If Crusher Ben had any knackers, if he had any knackers, he'd just come out and say, listen, bruv, I don't know how it's gone in my system. I don't cheat, but I'm going to take full responsibility because I'm responsible for it. All right. What's that word they call it? There's a word, isn't there? Something findings, something or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called now. Anyway. But either way, strict liability. Strict liability. That's the word, isn't it? Like I've got that off Simon Jordan. That's what he kept going on about, so it must be right. Strict liability. So he puts his hands up. I don't know how it's got in my system, but I'm responsible. End of. And then you do your own internal investigation and you take your lumps, right? You've obviously made a mistake, not in training. If you hadn't took it, it's somebody around you that's give it you then, isn't it? Because you've not took it intentionally and you take it on chin. But they haven't done that, have they? What they've done, they thought they can twist and lie and get away with it. Like they did with Dyan White and they're still doing now. Look, you've got enough money, you can do what you want. I always say go look at Liam Cameron. Go look at the small people, the ones that ain't got the money and are on ticket deals. Go look at them with the 4-year bans. But yeah, they shit the pants, these people, when it comes to big boys, don't they? That's all right.
Intimidated, eh? They're intimidated.
It's a joke, mate. What's gone on is nothing short of a sporting scandal, really, isn't it? They'll look back on this in years to come when boxing's cleaned up in about 30 years. Be about 30 years. They'll look back and they'll say, wow. And you know how we look back at times now where they put Jake LaMotta in dock at that commission's hearing or whatever it were, for that to do it in 50s with Frankie Carbo and all that one. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. No.
Where the mob infiltrated the sport, didn't they? You know, the boxing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Didn't LaMotta have to throw a fight to get a title shot?
I think I remember something about that.
But we look back on that now and we think, wow, why wasn't nobody doing anything? It's a lot better now than it were then. Well, in years to come, they'll look back at this and they'll say, all of them should have gone to jail. And let's touch wood that nobody does happen. Because, like I said, if it does, I want to see jail time handed out because they'll all have blood on their hands. All of them. They mind hiding behind them sheets that they give that fighter before he goes in that ring. Are you fit to fight? Yeah. He's signing that most of the time because he has to sign it. Because that fighter's got people who need him. There'll be 5 or 6 people eating off him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might be signing that thinking, I don't really feel right tonight or whatever. We know what goes on, don't we? But these cheats, they want running out of the sport. But they're not doing it, are they? They're just like this today is just madness, isn't it? Will this be why? How bad is this for the sport?
Just ruining the sport, isn't it?
Yeah, but nobody's going to get behind it, are they? They're fed up of it now. And the more that people like me bang on about it, we look like haters and bitter, don't we? But what if we don't do anything? What's going to happen when there's one on slab?
It's just dragged on too long. I mean, the kind of proofs in the pudding. Crusher Ben's come back, had 2 fights, and he can't even put a dent in anybody, can he? Yeah, before that, he was icing people.
He's gone from being Aaron Pryor to Big John Fury, hasn't he, with his punching power.
He's exchanged hammers for tickling sticks. Eh?
He's a feather duster man now, isn't he, Crusher? Yeah. And he's talking Boots Ennis, Crawford. What is he on? What is he on? 780 against him. What would that be? Tank Davis against him. What would Tank do to him?
Just annihilate him, maybe just go right through him.
I think Tank won't be bothered about that £12 difference. He'd smash him to bits. He'd write him off, punch him upside down, fry him.
I actually thought Eddie Hills would probably just stick him in with somebody like that because he's damaged Eddie Hill's reputation as well, isn't it? He's probably wishing quietly. He's probably wishing he never defended him to the hilt all the way. He should have just parked him on one side and said, "Sort yourself out. Come back and see me once you're sorted." Eh? But instead of this backing him up and so I thought maybe he would just stick him in with somebody and see what happens. The chances are he'll just get annihilated. And that would be the end of it. No, there's no way that's going to happen.
They're not going to do it, mate. They're not going to do it at all. It's going to be their way or the highway. I personally think what we said ages ago, it's a 2-year ban.
Yeah.
2 year. They've ground everybody down, haven't they? Basically, they've ground everybody down. They've built an army around. Listen, we need to get this Eubank fight on. It's massive. We can all eat off it. So all start working your magic. That's all they've done. And everybody's fell for it. And if he gets a 2-year ban, he can fight Eubank after April or in April when his 2-year ban's up. They could make a fight next week for them, first week in May if they wanted. Eubank in UK, and he's had a 2-year ban, and it'll all be forgotten about, and that'll be that. And he'll be saying, "Oh, I've had a nightmare. I had mental health. I was suicidal, but I'm back." That's what we'll get, and it'll all be forgot, and they'll go make the 6 mil. That's what'll happen.
Yeah,
and he'll tell himself his profile's bigger than ever because of it. That's what he'll tell himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's 28 now, so then he's
this summer.
28 this summer. He doesn't look any better, and he's not progressed any at all, I don't think. You seen that last week? Aye, it's gone backwards, yeah. 0 progress.
Could you imagine him against Gary Sykes if they were the same weight?
He would turn them inside out as well, wouldn't he?
Would write him off. He'd write him off, Gary.
Yeah.
It would write him off if they were the same weight. He'd write him off. Could you imagine if Luke Campbell were the same weight as him? He'd write him off.
Just write him off, aye.
Write him off, mate. Tommy Coyle would write him off if they were the same weight.
Yeah.
Curtis would write him off. Rough him up, Curtis, and write him off. He's got where he's got because his old man's a legend. That's all.
Because his name is.
It's not the kid's fault. It's not the kid's fault. But show some humility like Campbell Hatton is. Campbell Hatton doesn't behave like him, does he?
Nah, you never really hear much of him out and about.
They all want to play villain like Mayweather, Andy.
Yeah.
You know,
there's only one Mayweather away. That's it.
There's only one. The fucking is, mate. And there will only ever be one Mayweather. 20 world champions he's beat.
Yeah.
He is the man. He's the man, Mayweather. He's the man.
Oh, aye. He's still in good shape, when you see him. He's this team has just lived the life.
Title now at welterweight. Now, he could come back now and win a British title at welterweight easily. I don't know about a world title. I don't know if he beat Crawford. I think he's been gone too long, hasn't he?
Ah, yeah.
Thing. Well, could you imagine if they were to fight? How big that'd be? That'd be like a fight for the ages because everybody wants to see him get beat, wouldn't they?
Ah, I think Crawford would be a step too far. Crawford's some fighter, isn't he? He's fantastic.
I reckon best fight he ever had was Ricky Burns.
Crawford, aye. Mm-hmm.
I thought Ricky Burns did better against him than nearly everybody. Honestly,
Ricky Burns,
go watch it.
good fighter, Ricky Burns, back in his day.
He was red hot back in his day. He was red hot, mate. Really.
I went to see him fight. I went to see him fight live in Glasgow. I think we went. Did we go twice? We might have gone twice. Can't remember who he fought. I'd have to look back. But he's a good fighter, classy boxer.
Yeah, real classy boxer. Yeah. Still boxing now though, and he shouldn't be, should he really?
Shouldn't it be? I mean, he looked good against Willie Lemon, but then Willie Lemon's older than him.
He's from your neck of woods, isn't he, Willie Lemon?
Willie Lemon, yeah, I think is he down Edinburgh, Glasgow way? I forget exactly where he comes from, but he was a decent fighter as well, Willie Lemon, back in the day.
Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see what Ben gets. But what if he gets 4 year, Andy? What then? Would he have to fight in America for another 2 years?
Probably. I mean, you shouldn't be fighting anywhere if you're banned, really. I think that's wrong. I mean, if he was to get a 2 year ban, he should get a 2 year ban from his last fight that he's had. I think like that fight he had with Dobson or whatever his name was.
Yeah, because he's been fighting.
Yeah, so shouldn't he be fighting? My eyes.
All them people that came out and said, "Oh, he's a nice boy" and all this. Look, Fred West were a nice bloke, wasn't he? He used to give people lift. He used to give people lifts from bus stop. He was a nice boy. Everybody said, "Oh, old Fred and Rose, they were lovely." Crusher Benz, lad, he wouldn't do that. He doesn't. Violet Cray, Reg and Ron's mum, she had none of it when they said all them things about Reg and Ronnie. She said, "My Reggie and Ronnie won't do that. They're good boys."
Did you watch?
Billy Bundle's mum, one of them. Go on, what?
Did you watch the Piranha Brothers thing? I said that Monty Python thing. That's quite funny.
That's funny.
He used to give his mum flowers and that. He said, "He's a lovely bloke." I wonder if Spiny Norman's still following Big John about.
Who?
Spiny Norman, the big giant hedgehog.
Oh, yeah, hedgehog. Who's going to win, Taylor or Castrol, Andy? We'll finish on this one.
Taylor or Catterall? I'll back Taylor.
Will you?
He'll write what he should have done the first time. Well, the only concern I've got is him taking the fight at 10 stone. I think, I'm sure twice he said he can't do 10 stone anymore. And once was after Catterall, once was after Lopez, I think, was it?
Prograde. So, who did he fight? He lost against one. He beat Prograde, didn't he?
Yeah, he got beat against Teofimo Lopez, was it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, but he lost. He beat Castrol, didn't he? But he got the decision, didn't he?
Got a decision. But it's a shit fight anyway, isn't it? It's just. I hope this is a better fight as far as fights go. But I mean, I'll back him to win. But normally I don't mind who wins, as long as it's a good fight with a fair result.
It's like a world title fight, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unfinished business, really.
Yeah. It is, isn't it?
But I'm sure Catterall's last fight was a snooze fest, wasn't it? It wasn't very good either, was it?
You got
quite a negative style.
You have to give Castrol a pass on that, I think, because he's been out a long time, hasn't
he? Nah, maybe put it down to that. But
he's had ample time now. He's had his ring rust fight. He's had his camp for this now. He's done well to get it on, so we have to tip his hat to Samuel, don't we? We're not worthy, Samuel.
He's done well selling the fight, hasn't he? You've got to give him his due for that.
Yeah, only because he's feeling his nappy every single second of every day. Samuel, I know you're sweating in case it doesn't happen. Ah, sweating. Do you need a sponge? Come see me. I got milk, baby.
He needs to employ a brown mopper.
Hey. Oh,
He needs to,
Samuel, bless him. He's loving his time in the sun, isn't he?
oh, aye. He'll be getting, it could all come tumbling down, though, eh?
Right, I'm going to get off and take these dogs out because it's 20 past 11.
Good man. Good to see you.
Time for
Hear you.
bed.
Whatever.
Right, listen, Andy. Nice to speak to you. Have a good one. And we'll speak
Okay, mate.
tomorrow. Take care, pal.
Okay, but take care. All the best.
What are you drinking,
Cheers.
Andy, by the way?
Strawberry, raspberry, and acai Robinson's Boost juice.
Go on, lad. All right, see you, pal.
Cheers, pal. All the best.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Peace out.